Hey, it's April and Eric, and we just wanted to record a little podcast from the heart.
From the heart. Hello, we're so glad you're listening.
Well, we did a Facebook Live yesterday in our STEP Facebook group. That's our program, Steps to Everyday Productivity. And we got this beautiful email today from someone who watched it. And as we're getting ready to open up our Arise membership on Monday, and we've been thinking about how we want to serve and help and build something truly amazing with this whole community. We're all going to build it together. I just wanted to record a little podcast, but sometimes I make it too complicated and I feel like I have to have a full outline and we have to have a show notes page. I got to have a featured image.
We want to keep the things simple.
So I said, hey, Eric, go and come sit down on the couch with me and we can just record a little audio from the heart. And...
So here we are. We're recording.
Okay, so I want to read this message and then we'll talk about the context of it. But I want you to think about your life right now, how you're feeling about your pace, about your responsibilities, about your goals. How excited are you when you're waking up in the morning? Or how frustrated or overwhelmed are you feeling? Because we've definitely been there too. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and share this anonymously that I got from an awesome member of our community. Okay, so she said, after listening and marinating on the Facebook Live session yesterday, I am looking forward even more to starting the Arise program. Without going into too much detail, I will share that life has served up some stress and anxiety-producing circumstances this past year and a half. My function and purpose is largely in a season of serving inside our family, which is awesome, but I've been oblivious to the fact that I have been trying to hold everyone and everything together. I've put so much pressure on myself to get it all right that I've actually made myself ill, to the point that I have several health issues my doctor and I are in the middle of getting looked into. Okay, I'm just going to pause for a second. Can you relate to that? Because I have definitely made myself sick, feeling stressed and overwhelmed. I don't know if Eric has made himself... No, you handle it differently, so, okay.
Did you want me to be sick?
No, I'm glad you don't, but Eric doesn't ever get that, oh, I'm stressed out. Oh, I can't manage things. He handles things really calmly, and I tend to be the one that gets, stress rashes or gets overwhelmed. But I'm actually rash-free right now. Not that everyone need to know that. Okay, we're just going to keep moving.
From the heart and from the rash.
That's why I'm not putting this in writing. Okay, I'm going to keep moving. Okay, then she said, April, you commented today about the danger of putting pressure on yourself to be more and more productive, getting up earlier, staying up later, and squeezing more and more into each day. That comment really resonated with me. That's exactly what I've been doing, and it's made me pretty miserable. The worst part is that it's made me internally discouraged, cranky, and emotional. I've felt disappointment in my beautiful family because I'm discouraged and feeling sorry for myself with internal talk that they aren't putting in as much effort as I think they should. I was sick in bed for a couple days last week, and God used that opportunity to speak to my heart and gently remind me that this self-imposed stress-filled life is not His desire for me. Rather, one where we go forward together with Him in the lead. Moving forward with this feels very timely. It feels like a step toward a big cleansing breath, balance, and peace. So thank you. I can't wait to see what we all create together. Okay, so I love this. Any comments you want to start out with on this? Okay, well, a couple things that I want to share. Eric just shakes his head. He's like, the best part about podcasting together is when you just kind of stare at me and expect me to say something. Okay, but first of all, I just want to add in that here at LearnDoBecome, we really want you to be able to have a life that feels like a breath of fresh air each day. We want you to be able to wake up with that excited feeling. We want you to be able to have healthy internal talk. We want you to be able to look at whatever stage you're in your life and feel really good about it. And while we definitely acknowledge an existence of a higher power as a community, we're not dictating what that would mean for you. We want it to be something that obviously you get to define, but that we help support that. And you made a really good comment in the Facebook Live yesterday about how when people say, well, why make plans? Or if you want to make God laugh, you just tell him your plans. Do you want to share what you added there in the Facebook Live?
What my comment was?
Yeah. I thought it was really good.
I do.
Okay.
So I just think sometimes we think that we have very little or no control in our lives, or that if we plan something and really go after it, it's never going to happen. And I guess what you're looking at is we just talked about the idea of collaborating with others around you. And that could be your higher power, God, or whoever that may be. or it could be a group of trusted individuals, someone close to you that you can trust their input on. And I just think if we want a better life for ourselves, then we take the time to envision it, to dream it a little bit. And that is part of the planning. And then I think we talk with people around us and figure out how we make those things happen. And it may not happen all at once or overnight, but as we're collaborating with a higher power, with others that we trust and love, I've seen so many more times than not that it's absolutely possible to start moving in small and simple ways toward a happier, better life.
And I love that concept of being a co-creator of your life, not just thinking you can control all things and be the creator. And a lot of people commented on that in the Facebook Live saying, yeah, that actually really resonates with me, that I can think about it more in that, that way of co-creating.
Well, I think we feel much more, I guess, alive and much more creative when we are collaborating. It's not just coming from us, but we're talking about things that excite all of us in that conversation or that group, figuring out ways for us to move in better directions, right? And so I may have one idea for how I want to improve my life, but by talking to someone else, they suggest something that's even better or more exciting than I would have come up with on my own. And then I work maybe more in that direction, if that makes sense. So I just get really excited about being part of, small communities, conversations, and collaboration that help us create that better life.
Yeah, and I find that when I'm on my own trying to create my life, I often make it super complicated. I make long lists.
So I'm curious, why do you do that? Because I would think getting to what you want as simple as it can be would be the natural tendency, but I think you and probably others, I think maybe all of us, but why that tendency, do you think?
I don't know. Like, I woke up this morning and I had 18 ideas of things that I wanted to do for our podcast or for our YouTube channel. And I was like, oh, maybe I could get up and I could record 6 podcasts today. And then we could have a download for each one. I don't know. I had all these ideas. And then I had to stop myself and say, wait, April, you haven't even got out of bed yet. We haven't even thought about the day. So then I actually stepped back and said, what would actually feel really good and really doable and really simple?
And here we are.
Well, and we just got a copy of Greg McKeown's new book called Effortless.
We got 2 copies.
2 copies. I'm 2/3 of the way through. So good. So good. Okay. So one little section I just wanted to share in here. He talks about effortless inversion. This is page 32 and 33 of the book that I'm kind of quoting from. But he talks about how... He said, assuming that all worthwhile things take enormous effort is one way of looking at a problem. And for many overachievers, it's the only way. And I think that's what I was talking about this morning. When I think, oh, there's a problem or there's an opportunity. And I think the only way to meet that opportunity is to go above and beyond and work really hard. And then he said, they're good at getting things done by powering through. And that's been a lot of my life. Oh, I'll just power through. I'll just keep going. I can get up early. I can, whatever, skip my nap, which I try not to do because it makes me grumpy. Okay, but then he said, effortless inversion means looking at problems from the opposite perspective. It means asking, what if this could be easy? So as Eric and I were sitting down to record this, we're like, okay, what if this could be easy? We're not even going to go in the podcast room and set up the whole microphone. We're actually just sitting here on the couch together, talking into my phone, and we decided we're not going to edit and add a bunch of stuff to it. We're just going to have a quick conversation, right? So we're making it super easy. Eric's like, why wasn't that your default? Oh, no, it wasn't. But here's what, just want to add a couple more things that he said. He said, there are 2 ways to achieve all the things that really matter. We can A, gain superhuman powers, so we can do all the impossibly hard but worthwhile work, or B, get better at making the impossibly hard but worthwhile work easier. And then he shares this funny story where he had this printer in the corner of his office and he wanted to do something with it, but every time he thought about it, he was like, oh wait, hang on, maybe I need to see if I can get some new color ink and see how much that costs, or maybe find a place to give it away. And he kept procrastinating because it just felt like it was too hard. And so then he said, well, what if this could be easy? And he said, I had looked up from my desk and I happened to see one of the building workers through the window of my office. And I walked outside and asked if he wanted the printer for free. He said yes and took it. The problem was solved within 2 minutes of asking the question. So that's something that I am going to do a better job asking myself. How could I make this easy? And I hope that you can think about this in your life. And yes, Eric, I don't think you complicate things the way I do in some areas, But I think there are some times where you do really think through things and maybe put a little more time into something than you might otherwise need to. I don't know. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think if it's something that needs thought and time, I'll take thought and time on it. But I don't stress it. I mean, I try not to stress about it. I mean,
yeah.
And my I guess default or my goal is like, what's the simplest or easiest way to get the right or an optimal outcome? It won't always be best, but without, I mean, it's a trade-off, right? You've got to trade off how much time, energy, stress, all of that investment is relative to the outcome, the result, and just make adjustments quickly, accordingly.
Yeah. So, okay, well, that's all I want to talk about today. You want to say anything else?
Let me search my heart.
Stop. Okay, we're really excited to get to work with you. We are so grateful you're here. Now, whether you're just going to be listening to the podcast and participating in our community with all the resources that we have, on the YouTube channel or social media or through the newsletter, awesome. If you are thinking, hey, I want to work with you guys on a more personal level, or you want to work with our Arise community that we're building, we would love for you to come in. We're opening next week, so it's the first week of May. Come on
2021, if you're listening to this 5 years from now.
Even if you're listening 5 years from now, go to LearnDoBecome.com/arise, ARISE, to learn more. And I don't know, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that page might be amazing. I think it's pretty amazing.
It's amazing.
Now.
It's just going to get better. We're so excited because this is going to be a community where we actually have a chance to really have a very close interaction with the community members and be able to be learning and growing together. And we promise it is going to start out strong and great, and it's just going to get better from there. So as you've been with us here at Learn to Become, we'd love to encourage you to come to the page, check it out, and definitely register with the interest list at least, just so you can stay in the loop as to what's happening there. We will be sharing what's happening with this initial group of arisers if you choose to be one. And then
early ariser.
But then just watching that community grow month by month and year by year. We'd love to see, as many of our Learn to Become community members be part of this membership where we can actually go deeper in a number of really important areas that I think will yield a better life for all of us. And we're excited to be fellow travelers and fellow learners in that community. But it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of great energy, and a lot of great growth and results.
And if I could send a big hug through the podcast, I totally would. So, virtual hug.
Sometimes she's just a little ridiculous.
Eric's looking.
We love her to death. I'm like, are they going to hug their phone? I don't know.
You know what? I think they're accepting the virtual hug right now.
I think they can feel that we care and love them. So I hope that's true.
All right. Have a great day. I'm not adding music to this podcast. This is just going to be done super simply.
Imagine some of your favorite music that just gets you hyped up and pumped up as a little outro here as we sign off. And just
Eric's
let you
doing
know.
a little dance.
Doing a little dance here for you if you can feel that through the phone. And we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.
All right. See you guys soon.